Now in verse 10 we have one of the more interesting verses in the Bible, and it is uk eclipsi archon ex Juda. A ruler shall not fail, archon, or it could be rule, shall not fail, ex Juda, from Judah. Ke igumenos ekton, and one leading. A hegemony is the derivative for that word. And one leading, or leader, from the miron aftu, from his thighs, from Judah. Eos an elthi ta apokime na afto, until whenever should come the things reserved to him. Until Shiloh comes in the King James. Ke aftos prosdokia ethnon, and he is expectation of nations and ethnic, the nations. We have a few places in the New Testament. In 7:14 in Hebrews it says, "For it is exposed to view that our Lord has risen from out of Judah, for which tribe Moses spoke nothing concerning the priesthood." So Judah, Jesus came from Judah. And then in Revelations 5:5 it says, "And one from the elders says to me, Weep not, behold, the lion overcame." And Judah talks about the lion. It's interesting. The one being from the tribe of Judah, the root of David. So he's from Judah. Root of David, to open the scroll and to loose the 7 seals of it. And continuing then in verse 11, "There's mevon pros ampelon ton polon aftu," binding his foal to the grapevine. Kt eliki ton polon tis onu aftu, and with the fetter the foal of his donkey. Now, this is interesting. I may have some relationship to Jesus in the riding into Jerusalem as the Messiah with a donkey. Pliny and Eno teen stolin aftu. He shall wash his apparel in Eno. Vino is wine. It comes from that. It's a derivative. In his stole, his apparel. K in imity. Hematology is a study of blood, and in the blood, staphylis of the grape, his wraparound garment, teen perivoline of 2. And there's mentions of places and with this wine and the going up to the horse's bridle and the blood and wine, and lots of imagery here with that goes on and on through the Old Testament. As we get to these places, we'll bring these out. In verse 12, Haropii I aphthalmi aftu apo inu, his eyes causing joy from wine, could be away from wine. Ke lev ki I odontos aftu I gala, and the white of his teeth than milk. So this lev ki, the white, we have a leukemia, the white cells. Odontus, orthodontist, from that is a derivative, and galactic, the Milky Way. Gala, milk. And then it goes into the next tribe, son. Zavulon, paralios katikisi, ke aftos par ormon, pleon. Zebulun shall dwell on the coast, even himself by the mooring of the boats. Ke parateni eos Sidonos, and he shall extend unto Sidon, which was up in Lebanon. And so he's talking here now as far as the land of when they go into Israel. Zebulun will be taking this place. And they haven't even cast the lots yet, but yet Jacob is first telling this. Issachar to kalon epithemisen. Issachar desired the good. anapavomenos, anameson, ton kleron, taking rest between the lots. We have a kleron, a cleric, as a ecclesiastic that's chosen by lots originally. It was in the Bible anyway, the New Testament. Ke idon tin anapabsen, and seeing the rest, oti kali, that it was good, ke tigin, in the earth, oti pion, it was plentiful, epetheka, ton omonaf tu, is ton ponin, he placed his shoulder to the toil. Ke eganithi anir georgos, and he became a man for farming. Jarge is the derivative. The word jarge means a farmer. Georgos, 1092. 16. Dan, krini ton leon aftu, Dan will judge his people. Ock miafili in Israel, even as one tribe in Israel. So the judges were from Dan. Ke genathito dan ophis f odu, and let Dan become a serpent upon the way. Ekathimenos epi trivu, lying in wait upon the road. Daknon paternon ipu, biting the heel of the horse. Ipu, hippopotamus, the river horse. Ke pasite o epephs is ta opiso, and the horseman shall fall upon the rear places, fall backwards. Again, now what this means here, we'll let the pundits and the theologians go through all these. And verse 18, continue in verse 18. Tin soterian perimenon kyriou, for remaining about for the deliverance of the Lord. So this is a continuation from Dan, the deliverance, the soterian. Now here we have the word, it would be salvation in the King James. Verse 19, Gad, piratirion, piratevsi avton. Again, a marauder will maraud against him. A pirate is a derivative, and this 3986.2 could be added to your English derivative books if you'd like. It's not in there. A marauder, a pirate. But he, avtos they, piratevsi avton katapodas. But he will maraud against him by feet, pod, tripod. Asir, verse 20. Pion avtu o artos, plentiful is his bread. Ke avtos thosi trifin arkusi, and he will give a delicacy to rulers. And a very short one verse on Asher. Nephthalim, stelachos, ani menon, epididus, ento geni mati chalos. Naphtali, a trunk springing up, giving beauty in the offspring. That's the only one for Naphtali, is 21. Then it goes into the longest. Is Joseph, who, as we mentioned, wasn't really in the lists of the 12 later on. Eos if ximenos Iosif. Joseph is his son increasing. Eos if ximenos zelotos. Zealous son increasing. Zelotos, zeal. There's a derivative. And there's another one you can add to the English derivative books. Eos mu neoteros, my younger son. Neophyte is a derivative. Pros me anastrepson, you return to me. So this is what he's talking about. Joseph came back from the dead, more or less, for Jacob. Is on the avulevomeni elidorun, against whom with deliberation reviled. He was reviled against by his brothers. Ke enichon avto hirii toksev maton, and the masters of the bowmen pressed against him. I'm not exactly sure what it's talking about here.